Hey buddies, welcome to our channel. I'm Bella.
I'm BNS.
And we are the Study Buddies. We are always thirsty for more information and knowledge.
And that's why we do extensive research and bring out the best information in the world in a most entertaining way possible.
So let us do all the studying
so that you can do all the learning.
Today we will be presenting 10 hacks to sharpen your brain. The first hack that you can start implementing today is to do more jigsaw puzzles. According to a 2018 research paper, doing more jigsaw puzzles can prevent neurocognitive decline. And this doesn't just apply to kids, this applies to all ages. So whether you're putting together a 1,000-piece puzzle to make the Eiffel Tower or a 100-piece puzzle to create Mickey Mouse's face, doing jigsaw puzzles is a fantastic way to strengthen and exercise your brain. Research has also shown that doing jigsaw puzzles forces your brain to utilize multiple cognitive abilities. And it also protects our brains against visual spatial cognitive aging. So in other words, when you're putting together a jigsaw puzzle, your brain is forced to take every little piece of that puzzle and also at the same time fit it into a larger picture. So you can see why this is such a great activity to challenge and stimulate the brain. Isn't that so interesting, BNS?
Yes, Bella, that's really interesting. But do you know that a research paper that got published in 2016 said that learning vocabulary also boosts your memory power and brain processing speed? So what we can do from this is that we can take a notebook, okay? We'll keep a notebook, and when we are reading newspaper, if you have that habit of reading newspaper, if you find any new vocabulary, you can note it down in the notebook, and after a day or two, you can use that vocabulary in your real life at least 5 times in that day. So that's what many people recommend, because by noting down the vocabulary that you don't know and trying to use that the next day will boost our memory power. It's very, very important and so easy, right? What they found especially is that by doing this, we improve our visual and auditory processing. So the vocabulary can be from the newspaper, or if you're learning a new language, the vocabulary could come from the language itself.
That
so that you can use that in the next day. That's so easy.
My next hack is to really utilize all 5 of your senses. According to a 2015 research report, using all of your senses at once can really strengthen your brain. And I'll break it down for you. For example, if you go to the park, or you go to a restaurant or a farmer's market, really be aware of all of your senses. Take a moment to consider, what are the aromas you're smelling in? What are you sniffing up your nose? Simultaneously, focus on the rest of your senses as well.
Strong focus on what I want.
What are you seeing visually? Really take in everything that your eyes are seeing. What sights are you really enjoying? What have you noticed in details of maybe the farmer's market stand that you're looking at? And also, notice what type of sounds are coming into your ears. What noises, maybe small talk, music in the background, sounds of cars and traffic is going on all at the same time. And then focus on touch. Are you holding your partner's hand? Are you touching fruit at the farmer's market? What type of consistency or how heavy is the object you may be holding? And finally, if you can also incorporate some type of tasting at the same time, that'll really utilize all 5 of your senses at the same time. So I personally think doing this exercise at a restaurant would be easiest and most ideal, because you can feed your mouth foods that are delicious, and at the same time you can take in visuals of what that dish looks like. Listen to all of the chitter chatter in the restaurant or the background jazz music. Take in the aromas of the dish that you ordered. And if you don't mind, maybe pick up the food on the dish and feel what it feels like in your fingertips.
So I will tell you a hack now. It is so fun actually. Out of all the 10 tips that we gave, or 10 hacks that we gave, this one is one of the best thing to do and easiest and fun thing to do.
This is something else.
So the CDC, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, said that if you learn a new dance move, it is very good for our brain. See, when we go online, we see so many new dance moves, and sometimes we really want to learn that dance step, right? Now it's the time, because if you try to learn a new dance move, it improves your brain. What they found exactly is that it improves our brain processing speed, and it also improves our memory. So try to learn a new dance move. So for example, my favorite movie is RRR, which is like famous global phenomenon now. And there's a really cool dance move that's there in the movie. I always wanted to try that, but after reading this, I will surely learn that move. And if this video gets more than 500 likes, maybe Bella and I will do the dance move.
My next hack for you all is to simply just crank up some happy, upbeat, positive tunes or any music that you love listening to.
You mean like this?
Percocet, Miley Percocet, Percocet, Miley Percocet.
Listening to music and tunes that you love can really boost your brain's creative power. So if you want a really easy, no-brainer way of boosting your brain function and creativity, simply play some beautiful music and happy tunes in the background. According to a 2017 study, listening to music that we love and also just happy, upbeat tunes can generate more innovative solutions and get the creative juices flowing when compared to just working in silence. And if you want to take it a step further, I highly recommend you all take up a new instrument. Learn how to make music with an instrument of your choice. Please know that it is never too late to start learning a new instrument. Our brain is always capable to learn new skills no matter where we are in our life. That's why you're never too old to start learning how to play piano, drums, or even guitar.
So as you can see, a research paper got published in 2014. So the paper shows that if we learn new skills, any type of skill, but a new skill, our brain improves. So what they observed is that learning a new skill is always good for the memory, and especially it's very important for elderly. It can be any type of skill. You can be really learning how to screw a bulb on YouTube. That can be a new skill, or you can learn how to fix a pipe. It's anything, learning a language, any kind of skill, knitting or something. If you try to learn a new skill, it is always good for our memory, and especially for the elderly, it's so good because once people cross certain age, they think that nothing matters and our brain cannot grow further. But thanks to the science of neuroplasticity, it is shown that even the elderly, even the 99-year-old person can improve his brain power. So please try to learn a new skill, and if possible, please try to comment by making a commitment that you are going to learn a skill, and if you are really serious about it, try to mention what skill you are going to learn.
The next hack I would love to share with you guys is the power of meditation. According to the National Center for Complementary and Integrative Health, performing daily meditation not only reduces stress and anxiety, it physically calms our body down and promotes slow breathing. And did you know meditation can also fine-tune our memory and improve our brain's ability to process information? So hopefully this motivates you all to just find 5 minutes in your day, close your eyes, deep breathe, and focus on meditating.
So in 1997, a research paper got published in the Journal of Neuroscience. They said something very interesting that's so easy to do that if you start to do that, our thinking pattern will change. I will explain. So what they said is that if you are an office worker, if you want to go to your office to work, you take certain route, right? So what they asked us to do is that don't try to travel in the same route every day. Try to take another route and try to reach the office. You may think that, okay, what can it do for our brain? But what they found is that it literally changes the thinking pattern of our brain. It's so powerful that they also mentioned that the people who are suffering from negative thinking could also be benefited from that because they are used to a pattern of thinking, for example, negatively, so they become pessimists. So if you start to do something out of ordinary, the thinking patterns can also be changed. So if you're going to the office tomorrow, or if you're going to the school or college, try to take a new route, and it's so good for our brain.
My last hack for you all is to just pay attention to the details. And a great way to exercise these strategies is the next time that you interact with someone, pay attention to the following details. What clothes are they wearing? What fabric are their clothes made of? What colors or patterns are on their outfit? Are they wearing glasses, sunglasses? Are they wearing a certain color of lipstick? Do they have a hat on? And if so, what's the fabric or color of the hat? Try to focus on at least 4 major details about the person you're interacting with. Once you decide on those 4 details, make a mental note on those details and try to revisit later in the day and see what you remember. Better yet, you can even write down all of those details and jot it down on a paper just to see how much you remember about those details.
So a review of research was done in 2012 and they published it. Review of research means that they try to review all the research out there and try to give the gist or the summary of it. So what they mentioned prevention is that if we learn a new language, it's very good for our brain. What they found is that if we learn a language, the memory power of our brain will improve and the age-associated cognitive decline can be prevented. As we have been saying, it is also very useful for elderly people. Many people, as they age, they think that why should I learn a language? So it's not useful for me anymore, but it's very important for your brain. If you don't want any cognitive decline, try to learn a language, and the more languages you learn, the more powerful you get, and it's so cool, right? So learning languages and being bilingual and polyglot is so cool.
¿Sabes que puedo hablar español?
No, you can't.
Okay, buddies, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. And don't forget that you are
Awesome
awesome-tacular.